Popular YouTube real estate agent Eric Conover was arrested for attempted murder of a police officer after the police officer tried to stop him during a traffic stop.
Here we go now.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So I normally do not cover other YouTubers generally, unless it really crosses over into something that's connected to me or someone that I've known or someone I followed, or just because it is a hot topic. Eric Conover is a YouTuber that I follow for many years. So I was really shocked this morning while I'm scrolling through different videos on social media, and this one came up. I could not believe my eyes, especially at some of the things that Eric said while being detained by the police. I have to play for you the footage, but let me just give you a little bit of an overview of what is going on here. According to Law and Crime, they said that a famous YouTuber with nearly 3 million subscribers who makes videos about architecture, sacred geometry, and AI consciousness evolution is charged with attempted murder in New Hampshire for allegedly trying to take the life of a police officer with his Jeep. An incident he insists didn't happen, calling it a massive misunderstanding at his first court hearing. Actually, the state troopers brutalized me, Eric, who's 35, said at his bail hearing on Sunday, according to the Kempire Daily Sun. Thank you, God, for being in a small town. Conover, who goes by the name Eric Van Conover on YouTube and is described in news articles as a YouTube millionaire and a real estate broker with a luxury listing series that features celebrities, told police that he was not the same Eric Conover that they were looking for in connection to the attempted murder of Bartlett Patrol Officer Cameron Emmett on Saturday during a chase and traffic stop gone wrong. That's the part of the story that is very interesting to me because it's the level of audacity that this guy had. But when you see the footage at his bail hearing, you're like, oh, something is wrong with this man. So they continue. They said that he denied being the same Eric Conover that they were looking for in connection to the attempted murder of Bartlett Police Patrol Officer Cameron Emmett on Saturday during a chase and traffic stop gone wrong. Emmett was trying to pull over Conover after seeing the popular YouTuber speed past him in a 35-mile-per-hour zone while he had a different car pulled over. He visually estimated that the speed as being high over the limit, around 55 to 60 miles per hour, Bartlett Police Sergeant Brian Moffitt told Magistrate Judge Mark Howard in court Sunday, according to the Daily Sun. Emmett pursued Conover and managed to get him to stop through various maneuvers with his squad car. So he had to do maneuvers in order to get him to stop. And that's where things almost turned deadly. While Officer Emmett exited his vehicle, he moved around the rear of his cruiser, and Mr. Conover, then backed his vehicle rapidly, pointing it directly at Officer Emmett, and accelerated at him, striking him at a reasonably high rate of speed. Moffitt alleged in court, noting how the officer flew between 20 to 30 feet. We're very fortunate that an amateur drone operator was in the air when he saw the interaction and was able to capture it on video. Conover told Howard on Sunday that he is not the same Eric Conover police wanted for Emmett's attempted murder, as he's from New York City and not Abston, New Jersey, as authorities claim. This seems to be a massive misunderstanding, Conover said, according to the Daily Sun. I'm exactly who I say I am. I'm a YouTuber. But your behavior, if you're not this person, why would you be trying to get away? Why would you try to run over this police officer that is just doing his job? Sounds like not a massive misunderstanding. It sounds like massive privilege. In addition to the charge of attempted murder, Conover is also facing DWI charges for an arrest that allegedly occurred just days earlier on March 13th. We also have to keep in mind, too, while driving under the influence isn't just alcohol. because after you see this video footage, you're probably going to say to yourself, oh, this is not just alcohol. He claimed in court Sunday that he was only charged with possession of marijuana, but records show that he was charged with a DWI and was released on personal recognizance. Howard chose to hold Conover without bail until Monday, when he was scheduled to appear in court for the DWI case and his new felonies. At the Monday hearing, Conway Circuit Judge Charles Greenhalgh, ordered Conover to continue to be held without bail pending a probable cause hearing on March 25th. I mean, look, I do not blame the judge. If you try to run someone over and you try to escape an arrest, you are a danger to society. Conover, who appeared by video conference, reportedly told the court, "I will eviscerate every single person with my intelligence right now." He also accused local jail staff of treating him like an animal, and he was heard reciting the Lord's Prayer with curse words mingled in. In addition to the DWI, an attempted murder charge, Conover is also charged with first-degree assault against a police officer for the Emmett incident, as well as a second-degree assault, reckless conduct with a deadly weapon, conduct after an incident, disobeying an officer, and reckless driving. On Conover's YouTube page, one of his last uploads, titled "How I Got Sober from Alcohol," listed him as being 1,556 days sober from alcohol as of March 14th, when he last updated the video's description. Here's the thing. If you know anything about people that struggle with addiction, they have relapses. This is not to take away from his struggle, his issue, but now you're affecting other people's lives by being on the road, by attempting to take the life of a police officer. His account bio reads, "The channel explores homes built for energetic resonance and human expansion, from luxury estates designed with frequency-based intelligence to real estate infused with ancient wisdom and quantum design principles. These are the spaces shaping the future of conscious living." Okay. And as I said before, the reason why I decided to do the video was because I've been a fan of his YouTube channel. I followed his YouTube channel probably before he even had 100,000 subscribers. I haven't watched any of his latest videos just because life. But when I saw this, I was like, what? He was arrested for what? And then I saw the video footage. Well, let's take a look at the video footage, because the video footage is actually more telling. This is not just about someone that is struggling with addiction. This is more about the addiction of fame and what fame really exposes about someone.
And falsified.
Eric Conover had a lot to say before his arraignment this afternoon.
If anyone dares try to test my mental competence, I will eviscerate every single person with my intelligence right now. And that's not being egotistical.
Police paperwork says the pursuit started after Conover was going 55 in a 35. After 8 miles, Conover stopped and an officer attempted to de-escalate the situation, but Conover allegedly drove at him and hit him in the leg and then sped off for another 28 miles.
Our Father who art in heaven.
The paperwork says the officer was thrown 40 feet, suffering a leg injury. Conover is facing...
The officer was thrown 40 feet. Like he could have been not with us anymore. This is his response. This is what Eric's response during his court hearing.
Several charges, including attempted murder.
Mom, thank God, look at me.
Today in court, Conover was outspoken, claiming that he's a public figure because of his nearly 3 million subscribers on YouTube, and saying this was part of a, quote, police sting against him.
All right.
A police sting against him. This is the thing in regards to success in YouTube or anything. And we're seeing this a lot with a lot of people that have garnered fame from these social media platforms. And then look, you know how they say money changes someone. And I always believe it's not money that changes people. It shows you who they really are. I believe this is who he's always been. But the fact that he's bringing up his intelligence, his YouTube following. Look, there are plenty of people with YouTube followings on social media with a lot higher numbers than 3 million that aren't acting like this with this amount of privilege. I don't think it's just his success on YouTube. I think it is the white privilege of it all. I'm also not surprised about his issues with alcohol or other addictions, because as someone that has worked in corporate America in New York City, I've seen very much a lot of men like him in these positions that have addictions, and not just addictions to substances, but addictions to the money and the amount of attention that comes with that. Look, this is not new. You saw Wolf of Wall Street. That stems back to the 70s and the 80s.
Okay, Eric.
All right.
They're here to help you.
The state asks that he remains in preventative detention.
The state's position is that when a law enforcement officer signals for you to pull over and stop, you should do so.
He has had a chance to review the police reports in this matter and denies these allegations. He does not agree with the reports as that they are stated.
The defense asked that he be released, saying he's not a threat to the public and has no criminal record.
Of course, that's what the defense has to say. He's not a threat to the public. You tried to run over a police officer. You are a danger to society. If you do that to a police officer, what does that say you would do to someone just walking on the street if you're driving under the influence, possibly?
Say he was arrested Friday night for a separate drunk driving charge, which Conover denies.
I've been sober from alcohol for.
So he talks about being sober from alcohol. He's also denying that he was arrested recently for a DWI. At this particular point, Eric Conover does not have any credibility. But it's one thing to have an addiction. It's one thing to pull over and be arrested for a DWI. It's another thing to try and take someone's life to avoid the public scrutiny of it all. What goes on in someone's mind to do that? Again, to me, that says a lot more is going on that he needs help with. But it's also the privilege of it all. It is important that we talk about the aspect of privilege that's happening here. He thinks because he is a, quote, famous YouTuber that he's above it. He's above it. He thinks he's more intelligent than anyone else. I'm telling you, it's the video footage at this court, a bail hearing, that was more telling, which is saying a lot when you hear about the story of what happened. But it's his behavior after being in custody. So he's not inebriated at this particular point. I don't know if he was inebriated at the time of his arrest. And again, inebriation doesn't mean just alcohol. When I talk about corporate America and some of these young guys that are in corporate, not even just young guys, but these guys in corporate America, it's not just alcohol that they're inebriated on. So I wouldn't be shocked if there were other things in his system. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to popular YouTuber Eric Conover being arrested for multiple different charges. The biggest charge is attempted murder. He could be facing many years in prison. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
Here we go now.